Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to the new video. I'm the Casual Racing Gamer, and today I am going to give you my final honest decision if I think the Quest 3 is worth upgrading to from the Quest 2 for sim racing like iRacing, Automobilista 2, ACC, AC, and games like that. I did a lot more testing between the two headsets, and I've come to for what for me would be a final decision, like a yes or a no. There's nothing in between here, and I'm going to tell you why. I say, and I'm not going to drag this out to a 20-minute video. I'm not going to go through the specs of each headset. You guys can find that. There's so much stuff online. There's so many videos that compare the headsets. And this is just for sim racing. And based on my system, my setup, I'm running an RTX 3080 with an i7 10th gen CPU. So as far as performance wise, if you're running anything lower, I cannot tell you how well it's going to run on your system, but people can leave in the comments if they're running different systems and the performance that they're getting. But I can only speak from my RTX 3080, and systems above obviously will be at least at the same level as me or even better. So like I said, I'm not going to drag this out to a 20-minute decision. This is also not about standalone VR. If you're doing standalone VR or anything else, the Quest 3 blows away the Quest 2. So if you're going to be playing other games as a standalone headset, not just PC VR, but if you just want to play VR games, without a doubt, the Quest 3 is a huge upgrade. And I actually started using the headset myself outside of sim racing, which I haven't done with past VR headsets, because the Quest 3 clarity, even on standalone, is so good. But that's not even what this video is about. So let's just get to the point. If you just want to know my answer, and then without even wanting to hear why I actually pick it, my answer, I'm gonna give you my ending in the beginning, so you don't have to watch the whole video. My answer in the beginning is yes, to me, 100%. The Quest 3 is worth the upgrade over the Quest 2. Now, if you want to stick around, I'm going to quickly go over why. So what I did is I put on all my mirrors in my car in iRacing. It's something I generally don't do. I usually just use the mirror up top. But I did put on the mirrors because I actually wanted to test the field of view. I was kind of curious if the field of view actually when I'm driving in the headset is going to be way different. And once I put the mirrors on and I switch between two headsets, my mirror on the left side with my Quest 2 on my head, I could not see my mirror on the left side. There was no part of that mirror showing. When I put my Quest 3 headset on, I can partially see part of that mirror. So yes, there is obviously more to see because of the better field of view and even picking up my mirror. Now, the next step to that was on my Quest 2, in order for me to actually see my mirror, I really had to turn my head almost like this much to look at my mirror and get it clear. On the Quest 3, because some of that mirror is already there, all I had to do is basically barely move my head and just move my eyes, and that mirror was fully noticeable, that was fully in my view, and without looking directly at it, everything was clear in it. So here's the thing, because of the lenses, everything is clear all around. Another way that I tested it was my relative box and that information box that sits on the bottom side by your dashboard. When I'm using my Quest 2 and I went to just move my eyes down to look at it, it's very blurry. It's hard to read. Quest 3 is on. I just move my eyes down. I don't move my head, right? I don't do this. I just move my eyes down to look at it, and it's clear. Everything in that box is clear because everything in the whole view is good. It's clear. So just by moving my eyes lets me see things in better clarity, and they're much clearer. Even cars on the side as we're driving, just looking out the side by moving my eyes, everything on that side is clear, where the Quest 2 has a blurriness unless you actually turn your whole head towards it to pick up the clearness of it. So just for that alone, seeing the clearness of things in your peripheral vision by just moving your eyes at it, and they're clear, where the Quest 2, it's not clear unless you actually turn your whole head. For me in sim racing, that's a big deal. If I don't have to turn my head and I can just move my eyes, and if I can just barely move and see my side mirror and everything in it clear, that's a big deal for sim racing, right? So to me, those things alone already are game changers if you want more in your peripheral vision, and they're clear. So it's not even that you just see more, but you're seeing it clear by just moving your eyes. That's a big deal. It was definitely a big noticeable difference when I put the two headsets on. Like I said, I didn't even see the side mirror in the Quest 2 unless I turned my whole head to actually get it in my view. So that's a big deal. Color-wise, the saturation, the colors, the contrast, the everything on the Quest 3 just looks better. Now, is that a game changer? Not to many, but to me, the color saturation contrast looks so much better in the Quest 3. And again, I'm not going to spec wise. I'm not going what is the actual specs of the panel and the LCD screens. What I'm doing is I just put the headset on. If it looks good, if things happen, if I can notice it while I'm playing, I don't really care what the specs say. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing when I'm putting it on. And the Quest 3, to my eyes, the colors, the clarity, the saturation, all look way better than on the Quest 2. So that's another thing that makes the Quest 3 a lot more enjoyable when you're actually using it. Also, the comfort level of the Quest 3 is so much more comfortable than the Quest 2. I'm using the Quest 3 with the stock strap that it comes with, and it's comfortable, guys. It is so comfortable. You put it on and there's no uncomfort to me. You just got to make sure you set it right and you know, just have it on your head correctly, and it's almost like it just floats on you. It really there's no bad feeling on your head when you're wearing it. So I think it's a really comfortable headset. And because, you know, it's not really big and it's not coming out really far, it just, the balance and the weight feels really good on your head. So when you're sitting there racing, the last thing you want to do is be like, oh, my head's hurting, I'm getting a headache. So the Quest 3, even for that right there, comfort level to me is good, and you can actually get away with it with the stock strap. One thing I will say, I know people have said that the Quest 3, both headsets will discharge when you're using it wired through link when you're racing. Both headsets will discharge slowly. People have said the Quest 3 discharges faster than the Quest 2. I haven't raced long enough to really notice that, but I know that new update has a setting in the Quest 3 where you can actually lower the processor power and things like that in the headset so it uses less juice. And I'm assuming that might also help with battery life when using it plugged into the link cable. So my opinion, and of course, the screen looks great, right? The resolution, the clarity and everything. The Quest 2 looks good. If you're using, I'm using the same settings on both. So the Quest 2 in the dead center spot, you know, looks good. The Quest 3 just looks clearer all around. The clarity on the whole headset just looks better. People have mentioned with the screen door effect being because it's such a good panel and it's so clear, you see more of it. That's a no. I wouldn't even waste my time talking about it. The Quest 3 looks so much better. Don't even worry about screen door effect. It's nothing like people think when they're thinking like screen door effect on the original Quest. Not even close to that. So all in all, Quest 3 for me is totally worth the upgrade. And I think a lot of people who just use it for sim racing might end up using it for other stuff too, which makes the purchase even more worthwhile for you. So I enjoy it. I love it. If you have the money to spend, if you have a Quest 2 and you want to sell it for a Quest 3, again, I'm giving it a thumbs up. I'm giving it a recommendation. I will probably never sim race again on my Quest 2 because my Quest 3 is so much better. So if you guys agree with me, leave it in the comments. If you guys don't agree with me, leave it in the comments. Anything you want to help out with other users making their decision, you know, leave it down there below. But I really appreciate you guys watching. Thumb it up, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one. We out of here. Peace.